Good morning, everyone. Um, Sorry for my voice. It may be a little crazy. I'm getting over getting sick, so I apologize for my voice and if I cough a little bit. So I'll be drinking my coffee. I probably should be drinking tea, but we need coffee this morning. So hopefully you all are doing well. I wasn't live on Friday. I had my suicide awareness ruck that I was doing. And it was a wonderful turnout. It was for my base. Again, I'm active duty military for those of you who don't know. We had a great turnout. Of course, yesterday was September 11th, which is always a hard day for our country, but specifically for military members. So I just want to shout that out to those of my military fam. But anyways, so the suicide awareness ruck went really, really well. We had a really good turnout, so that was great. So I know a lot of you probably won't be tuning in live today because there are a lot of you out and about on fires because is a lot going on. So we're just going to hop right into things. So we're just going to run the intro and get hopping and popping. All right. So first off, of course, we're just going to pop right on over to NIFC, the National Interagency Fire Center. For those of you who are new, I'm Ronnie Ocampo. I am a former wildland firefighter who just has a passion for wildland firefighting. So we just go over the news of what's going on with wildland firefighting, and there is a lot going on. So there's currently 93 large fires and complexes. More than 19,500 wildland firefighters and support personnel are assigned to incidents across the country. So, like I said, a lot of you are probably out and about right now. Speaking of, if you are tuning in, let me know where you're coming in from if you're here live. But if you more than likely will be on the replay, let me know what fire you're coming in from or where you're tuning in from. I would love to know. I love seeing that information. So one national incident management organization team, 10 type 1s and 14 type 2s are assisting with large fires in the Northwest, Great Basin, Northern Rockies, and California area. So when I pulled up when you come down here, and it talks about the September significant wildland fire potential outlook. If you pull that map up and then you pull up NCWeb and you see where the fires are, it's correlating for sure. Where like the northern Idaho, southern Idaho, down into Oregon and Northern California, like that's where all the fires are. Not all of them, but majority. So when you go down here, you'll see Idaho has like 34 fires going on right now. Montana has 23, Washington 13, California 12, Oregon 9, Utah and Wyoming 1. So it's just interesting. I find that to be super interesting. I like to go in there and see the correlation of that. So that's kind of cool. But yes, the weather has been insane. It has been so hot and just windy, hot, dry. However, we did have a cooling front that came through, and so I think that's helped a little bit. But I think it's ramping back up again to being hot and dry. So we're actually going to look at a couple of fires. We're going to look at Cedar Creek because I found that to be interesting because that has blown up. And then also the Mosquito Fire. So those are the two fires that we're going to look at specifically today. But you guys are all out and about. There's tons of fires going on. So if there's any fires that you guys specifically want to look at, just let me know. Drop them and we can check them out. But we're going to go down into, let's see. We're just going to swoop. Like I said, this helps with chapters. Okay, so let's go into Cedar Creek, which is in Oregon. This one blew up. I have an article. Of course, this doesn't follow me over. Dang it. So when I click on that, it takes you over to NCWeb so you can see it. So I wish this would follow me so you guys can see, but it doesn't. Cedar Creek. Okay. Look at this. I mean, it was updated an hour and 60 minutes ago, but it's 86,734 acres. And look at this bad boy. So it was, I don't remember what percent contained, but since this weekend, it went back down to 0 because it just, like I said, it blew up. So I don't know why it keeps doing that. We'll just kind of dive into the Cedar Creek. It began on 1 August when a lightning storm caused 20 to 30 new large or two new 20 to 30 new fires in the Willamette National Forest. The incident is currently being managed by the Northwest Incident Management Team, Team 6 on the West Zone, Alaska Incident Management Team 1 on the East Zone, and Oregon State Fire Marshal Red Team is providing structure protection for the West Zone. So this thing is huge. It has 3 different teams managing it because it is, like I said, blown up. So after several days of red flag warnings leading to extreme fire growth to both the east and west, firefighters are focused on protecting homes and infrastructure in Oak Ridge, Westford, and the surrounding communities. Also, the cabins and forest infrastructure on the something national forest in and around the Cascade Lakes Highway are being protected. Because of the fire's location is in very steep and difficult to access terrain, including wilderness and roadless areas, firefighters implemented an indirect strategy. This means they have been constructing fire lines away from active fire edge along roads and trails where they have a better chance of actually or successfully stopping the fire. So hopefully they're going to be able to catch it. They're not going straight and like putting out the flames. They're building things to help contain it. So once it does hit those perimeter lines, they'll get it. So because of the fires, okay, we already talked about that. Evacuations are in place. So if you're in that area, make sure you are abiding by the evacuations because as we saw, there was a couple in California that did not make it out in time. So if your area is evacuating, make sure you're paying attention and actually doing as they are telling you. So like we said, this was caused by lightning, and then it started on 1 August. 15 miles east of Oak Ridge, Oregon, and 3 miles west of Waldo Lake. Here's incident commander information. Like we said, there was 3 of them. And there's 1,228 personnel on the fire. And again, the size is 86,734 acres. So it's in timber, litter and understory, grass and understory, closed timber litter. So it's in like they said, it's in steep, not really able to access it very well. So you're thinking like um, just timber shrubs, timber litter. Lichen, it says lichen in here. So especially is mature timber will contribute to torching, group torching, and spotting with RHs less than 30%. So it just adds to the fuel to the fire. Um, so the significant events of this fire, it's obviously active. It's wind-driven runs, group torching, short-range spotting. So that's where, you have the fire, active fire, and the winds are sending off the embers, and it's actually going and starting new little fires outside of the active fire line. So it just helps in the growth of the fire, right? So the fire is currently burning with moderate intensity. Thankfully for the storm that came through and brought rain and cooler weather. So I think that's kind of helped with the moderate intensity. However, it's supposed to ramp back up. So yes. The moderate westerly winds will continue active fire behavior as the fuels are still responding to these lighter winds with continued torching and spotting. This also helps consumption of interior unburned fuel. So as you saw that big, it's kind of like a U shape. So they're probably going to have that whole inner part burn as well. With the changes of the westerly winds, direction, and the slight rise in RH values, the fire still continues to produce torching and spotting, which helps increase fire growth towards the east. So, yes, there's a lot going on this one. So over here, the planned actions, there's definitely it's kind of like 3 different fires. You had the east, the west, and then the northern. Is that right? Western. North, west, No, north, east, and south. Um, so I think they're kind of doing their own different things. They all have different things that they're working on their sides of the fire. So anyways, so that's the Cedar Creek, but I wanted to go back into um NIFC, I think. Oh, so I found this article that I wanted to share, which is what sparked the Cedar Creek fire in my mind anyways. So Cedar Creek fire, now nearly 87,000 acres, again 0% contained, more than 1,200 firefighters on the lines. So critical fire weather eased for over 1,200 firefighters battling the Cedar Creek fire on Sunday after hot, dry winds caused it to explode to nearly 87,000 acres. The wind shift and cooler temperatures allowed reduced evacuation levels in some areas after a rough weekend that saw containment of the 6-week-old blaze roll back to zero. So that's always rough when you're making headway, you're like, "Oh, we're getting it so much percent contained," and then it just rolls back down to zero. So, I mean, if you're a firefighter, you're kind of like, depending on how long you've been on the fire, you're like, "Okay, cool. I have a few more weeks on this fire." But if you're ready to be off of it, you're like, "Man, it's gonna be a while." But a total of 1,229 firefighters from 29 states have been called in to help fight the fast-growing fire, which as of Sunday night had burned 86,724 acres. So, um, when we talk about, let's see, the national preparedness level 4, which we're still currently at, again, remember last time we talked, it was more than half of the resources are already out on fires. So the incident commanders on fires are fighting for resources to get to them. So that's where from 29 states have been called in. So people from all over the place are help battling this fire. Weather is on their side as it's currently 72 degrees and a light drizzle just came through Oak Ridge. I think that was the Sunday night Facebook update said. So that was from Sunday, yesterday. Safety is a top priority, though, as night operations can be challenging and dangerous work. We all know that. Let me know if you guys are on day crew or if you're on night crew, if you're out on fire. And let me know which one you prefer. Do you like being on day crew or do you like being on night crew? I'm interested. I like being on night crew because then you get to burn more, I feel like, on night crew. But I guess, I mean, it just depends on the area and the conditions. But yeah, let me know. But then it also sucks being up at night and then having to try and sleep in a tent during the daytime. That sucks. So I'm interested. Let me know. Yeah. But I think that is all for this one. So Cedar Creek, if you're not there already, you may be going there. Because they are going to need a lot of help. All right, so now we're going to go over into, let's go over to the Mosquito Fire. And that one is in California. So that's at the Six Rivers National, no. That's in Tahoe National Forest. It's 46,587 acres, but I wanted to go into the SIT report to look at that. Let's take a look. So we're going to go back. We're going to check this out real quick. There we go. Okay, Cedar Creek. There are 20 engine crews, 20 hand crews, 75 engines. Maybe crews is everyone. So 20 crews, 75 engines, 8 helicopters. 0 structures have been lost. And $49.9 million already. And it's still at 0% contained. That's going to be a big number right here. Holy moly. That's gonna be a big one. All right, let's go down to this one's in Idaho. Let's just take a look at Moose real quick. Moose is in Idaho. It's up in Salmon, Idaho, like the middle part, 75.7 million. That one just is like near and dear to my heart because I'm from Idaho. I heard the Ross Fork as well. I just have people who I know are that are on this one. 77.6 million. Not too bad on the amount of people that are on those. Okay. Anyways, we're gonna move on to sidetracked. Mosquito is in Tahoe. Like we said, it has a type 1 team managing it. It's in timber, brush, and hardwood litter, active fire behavior with uphill runs, torching, and spotting. Several communities, numerous structures, and energy infrastructure threatened. Evacuations, areas, roads, and trails closures in effect. Let's see. So again, this one's in California. It's only 10% contained. 40 crews, 255 engines. Damn. And 14 helicopters. And this is 15.4 million acres so far. Or sorry, $1 million that it is costing. So, okay, let's pop over to NCWeb and look at this one. That was not it. Here we go. So I like looking at this. Is updated 12 minutes ago. So 46,587 acres. And this one is like close to Sacramento, California, like just right up over here. So let's take a look at this one. The cause is under investigation. It started September 6th, and it is 4 miles east of Forest Hill and north of Oxbow Reservoir. There's 2,397 personnel on it. The size is 46,587 acres, only 10% contained. And then the vegetation, the fuels involved is timber, brush, and hardwood litter. It's critically dry there. Any beneficial effects of relative humidity increased will be slight and brief. So they're not expecting any relief, really, is what they're saying. Vegetation will remain primed for extreme fire behavior. So this one is probably going to be a while before it is contained. Let me see what they're estimating. They're estimating the 15th of October that it will be contained. Significant events. Fire behavior Sunday night was moderate, consisting of flanking, backing, and isolated torching. The relative humidity increased, limiting fire behavior, which was good. Trace amounts of participation fell in Forest Hill area. So just a little bit of rain, a little bit of precipitation to help out, which is awesome. And let's see. Yeah, I think that's all for that one. I didn't see any news articles for that one. I don't believe it. The only ones I really saw were for here's one. We'll pop into this one. I haven't read it yet, so we'll see what it says. I like to prep at least a little bit ahead of time, but we kind of know me. We're just kind of fly by the seat of our pants. And yeah. Okay. Of course, there's all these ads, and I don't know how to make it stop. But a fast-moving wildfire in Northern California is burning north and northeast, triggering additional evacuations as firefighters battle the flames. The Mosquito Fire started on the evening of September 6th. Okay. There was no significant growth on the southeast corner of the fire on Sunday, which gave crews more time to construct control lines coming out of the Stumpy Meadows, CAL FIRE said. The fire continues to progress to the north and east. Although this week is bringing cooler temperatures, the agency said it's worried that historically dry fuel moisture would continue to drive the fire's growth. Of course, they're worried about more growth, right? Monday's forecast is also looking similar to Sunday, with a smoke inversion in the fire area in the morning and southwest winds clearing the smoke by afternoon. With clear air in the afternoon, fire activity is predicted to increase as it has in the past several days, officials said. So, of course, the weather is not helping whatsoever. So, let me know if you guys are either on the Mosquito Fire or the Cedar Creek. But of course, if you're on any other fire, let me know. Or if you're still waiting to be called to a fire, I'm interested. Um, While fire crews have started gaining containment on the Mosquito Fire, there is still no word as to the number of homes lost. Sunday morning surveyed as much area as possible behind fire lines. So let me pop over to the SIT report. It says 0 structures lost. So I don't know if that's just like not updated yet or what, but on there so far, no structures have been lost, at least on the SIT report. But anyways, I think that's all for that one. And of course, oh, this just popped up. Oh, let's see what happened. I didn't click on anything, but this just popped up. So let's just check it out. Evacuation zones for mosquito. So if you're in the area, this is the evacuation zones currently. Interesting. Okay. Anyways, I think that's all for that fire. Let's see. I think that's all that I had for today, guys. So if you guys have any questions or comments, let me know. Good morning from SoCal. Hi, Ben. Sorry. And Zane, thank you for your service, ma'am. Oh, yes. No problem. I always get so awkward when people say that. I'm like, do what I do. Like, it's not, I don't do anything crazy. I wish I did. But anyways, yeah, so if you guys have any questions, comments, concerns, leave them down in the comments. I do have my new website up for you guys. Like I said, I want to make things as simple and easy and streamlined for you as possible. So go ahead and check that out. Let me know what you think of it. If you guys want to see some more resources from me, please let me know. I love creating things that are actually helpful for you. So that's what I'm here for, is to help you in your wildland firefighting journey, to get into it, to start it, to continue on and being successful. So I appreciate you guys. And like I said, let me know where you guys are coming in from. I love seeing where you guys are coming in from. And I will hopefully see you guys on Friday. All right. Bye, guys.